Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often reviewing rare and exotic whiskeys. Today has nothing to do with a review, but rather the online Scotch Whisky Awards 2025, the fifth edition of this. So, Roy from Aquavite, together with Ralphie from the Whiskey Bothy, had this wonderful idea. They've now done this for 5 years in a row. I've been a contributor from the very, very beginning. I want to invite you actually to vote as well and to maybe offset my votes. I'm going to tell you what I voted for. I'm going to show you how you can vote for this. And I invite every whiskey loving person out there to vote and become part of the community of the OSWAs. So I'm going to share my screen and then we're going to talk about the online Scotch Whisky Awards. So it's on oswa.co.uk. That's where we can actually see this, and this is where we can participate in this. So first of all, I want to go to the public poll. So if you go to the public poll, hopefully I can go to the public poll. We have here, I've already responded, you do need to have a Google account, so a Gmail account, so you can actually participate. They use Google Forms, and that's what they do. You have until the 19th, the Sunday, the 19th of October, so another week and a day to vote, so please do. Who are some of the contributors that are this year in this? So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here. We have Ralphie, you know him, yeah? We have Aquavita, that's Roy, all right? So we have Daniel Whittington, a great guy from Whiskey Tribe and so on, from the Whiskey Academy. We have here, I'm going to move down just a tiny little bit. We have First Fill Whiskey down in, is it New Zealand? I think Australia, New Zealand. Eric Waite, someone I learned a lot from. Friendly Mr. Z is actually a German YouTuber. I helped him start his career, and he's now 5 times as big as I am. Isn't that great? Glenn Efts, he's also a German blogger. He writes on his own little blog, and he's been doing this for many, many years. Happy to see him from Germany there. Greg from Paris is there. G Whiskey is there. That's great. Kanpai Planet, love him. All right. So Jeff Whiskey, Slap the Bottle, great job there. So we have over here Mick Intires. If you don't know him, that's someone I've been following recently. Just love that. Menno, wonderful. I'm just picking people out. All right. So there's so many. Kilco, of course. All right. No Nonsense Whiskey. He's been there from the very beginning. Then that's wonderful. My heroes 10 years ago, Scotch Test Dummies, Bart and Scott, great guys. Scotch for Dummies, well done. Zash is there with Whiskey Fun. And from Germany, we have Speakeasy Whiskey Club. Guys, love it. SLB Drinks, great. The Whiskey Novice, wonderful. All right, so Whiskey Friend, very, very nice. So we have over here, Trenny and C, great. Matt from the Whiskey Crusaders with his Whiskey Castle, wonderful. Whiskey Evening from Germany, love it that he's a part of that. Whiskey Germany on Instagram, love it. They've been actually part of my whiskey YouTube blogger and vlogger meetups at different distilleries here. Whiskey Heroes, love you. It's great. He has a website with his YouTube channel, and he's also from Germany. And Whiskey Neighbors, Whiskey on the West Coast, Whiskey Tales from Germany, Andre, great guy. Look at that, Whiskey Jason over here, and we have here, I missed someone. We have Whiskey on the Barrel. Where was that? I wanted to mention them. So Whiskey on the Barrel, or it's just called On the Barrel, isn't it? It's not Whiskey on the Barrel. I'm sorry, I skipped you. These two here on the Barrel, one of my favorite YouTube channels at the moment. All right, so we're going to go back here and we're going to take a look at the nominees. So you don't want to hear about what I love and what I don't love. We're going to talk about the nominees. I'll tell you what I voted for and what my recommendations are for changing categories. Sorry. So Best value whiskey, first of all, it's called the Online Scotch Whisky Award. So everything should be Scotch unless it's not named Scotch. That's how I understand it. Or you should put in the title, Best Value Scotch Whisky. Is it going to be a Atnamochen, the sherry cask? Is it the Ben Riach, 10-year-old? Is it the Craigadachi, 13-year-old? Is it the Glencadam, 10-year-old? Is it then the Signature Vintage 100 barrel proof? 100 proof series, or is it the Thompson Brothers Mystery Malt series? I did not think the Mystery Malt series was a great value for money, personal opinion. But the Signature Vintage 100 proof series, at least in Germany, 42 euros for most of the bottles, unbeatable value for money. If they don't win, I'm going to be disappointed. That was my vote. So if you have a different opinion, hey, I understand. I almost, Craigadachi, 13, yay. But it's like, Signature Vintage 100 proof is the place to go. The best blended whiskey, I would say it's Online Scotch Whisky Award, so it should be only Scotch whiskies. Blended is not a category outside of Scotland unless you have Japan, which follows the SWA rules almost entirely. Do we have that in Germany? No. Do we have that in Ireland? No. It's called Irish whiskey. Do we have that in America? No. So there should only be products, in my opinion, from my viewpoint of the world, only Scotch products here blended. Cadenhead, 7 stars. I have the bottle here, nice. Compass Box, Nectarosity, I was not a great fan. Living Souls, I haven't tried that. McNean's Nose got my vote. I think is a great value for money. Good whiskey. Nika from the Barrel doesn't belong in the category, and Thompson Brothers, yeah, they've won so many things. It's just like I'm not the biggest fan of the Thompson Brothers blended Scotch 8-year-old. It's great. It's a good whiskey, but it wasn't great. I thought the nose was better. My personal opinion. You can have a different. Best blended malt Scotch whiskey is the name of the game here, I think. So I'm happy to say there's only Scotch here. We have the Campbellton Loch. There's such variations. There's very light and there's very dark. I could not vote for that. The Compass Box Crimson Cask. I was not impressed. There's a video online about that. The Compass Box Orchard House. Since John Glazer's gone, I think they've, even the guy who made the Orchard House is now gone, whatever his name was. Compass Box is not what it used to be, my personal opinion. North Star Campbelltown Connections blended malt. Never seen it. Never had it. Can't say. The Old Perth Palo Cortado I did have just recently, and I really enjoyed it. That's going to be my pick for 2025. And the Thompson Brothers Sutherland 5-year-old, haven't had it. Sorry, can't mention it. Even I, with my thousands and thousands of whiskeys I've tried and reviewed, I haven't tried everything on the list. That's crazy, isn't it? So I like this category. Keep this category. Best non-malt whiskey. All right. That means it's not 100% single malt. Oh, sorry, not 100% single, not 100% malted barley. So is it the Elijah Craig? Yay. Is it the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof? Yay. Is it the Millstone 100 Dutch Rye? I love that bottle. Great. I was so happy to see it there. I actually nominated that. I did not nominate it. I had a list of different ones, and I voted for that to be on the short list of 6. The Old Forester 1920, that's my vote. I still love that bottle. I'm not always sure if the Power Lanes single pot still Irish whiskey belongs in this category because it is 100% barley, but it's not 100% malted barley. I guess we put it in there. Stag is like hen's teeth. I haven't seen a Stag bottle for a long time, so I couldn't vote for that. All right, but Old Forester 1920, it actually made its way to Germany at the moment, so there were bottles available. That's what I go for. But my sympathy vote goes for Millstone 100 Dutch single rye. I was just at the distillery a couple months ago. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Patrick, you're doing a great job. So the best distillery: Atnamochen, Ben Romach, Bruichladdich, the Glasgow Distillery Company, Loch Lomond, and Springbank. Best Scotch distillery. We have to work on our titles. Either everything Scotch unless not mentioned, or you have to mention it in the titles. We only have Scotch distilleries here. I voted for Atnamochen. What they're doing, how they're doing it, I think is fantastic. Oh, by the way, what's missing? What would you have here instead? By all the other, that's the good thing about the poll is you get to pick, and then you get to write in the thing that was missing, and Roy will actually look at that and have a lot of information there. So I think that's actually a great thing. Best new distillery. Oh, wait a second. Where's Atnamochen? They've won 3 years in a row, basically. They're over 10 years of age. So these, the best new, I hope it's going to be still best new Scotch distilleries. Atnaho, Glasgow, Holyrood, Lag, Lochlee, White Peak. I've been to the Atnaho, I've been to Holyrood. I picked Holyrood, not just because I've been there, but I like their concept. This will be a difficult category in 3 years from now. What new distilleries have we had in the last 10 years that have opened up? Most of them are now getting to that age of 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Will we have to adapt the category? I don't know. Is it just now only for Scotch, or do we actually add here, for example, English whiskey or other brands? I don't know. So that's just something I can think about out loud. I like Holyrood. I like what they're doing. I'm not a great fan of all the products yet because they use a lot of specialty malts, and it gives a nice coffee moment that I'm not the greatest fan of, but how they're doing it, what they're doing it, I thoroughly enjoy. The best independent bottler. Now, of course, these independent bottlers have the problem of, availability. Cadenheads, sometimes available, sometimes not in other countries. Gordon MacPhail, almost always available. Living Souls, they are available in Germany. I have not tried them yet. I need to do that one day. Signature Vintage got my vote. I think they're doing a fantastic job. I think they're the best independent bottler of Scotch whiskey there is. Thompson Brothers, the new kid on the block, doing great jobs. Yes. Watt Whiskey, I know who's behind it. I know what they are. I haven't really tried it. It's a little bit overhyped at the moment, for my personal opinion. As I said, Signature Vintage. If I'm going to talk about the best independent bottler, that's the thing. They've had the trifecta, which means they won 3 years in a row anyways. They had last year they weren't available for that because they had the trifecta. This year they are again. I assume they're going to win. Then we have here the best world whiskey. This category is the one we need to change. This should be best single malt world whiskey. I'm happy. Why is the Elijah Craig in both non-malt and best world whiskey? Single malt. Talk about the best single malts. That's what we want, because we have the other category with best non-malt whiskey. All right, so Chichibu, is that really a single malt? We have Circumstance. It's a single grain. Circumstance is doing fabulous, fabulous things. I'm going to have to do a video about them one day. I have some bottles here. Great stuff. Elijah Craig, wonderful. All right. So the Philly Bay IPA, cast strength, tried it. Not a big fan of the IPA. Wireworks, bourbon barrel, English single malt, yay. And we have here the Nika Yochi Japanese single malt. A little bit more of a smoky, peaty profile that I'm not a big fan of. I went for Wireworks. So I thought about doing Elijah Craig barrel proof, but then I said, no, that belongs in the wrong category. This category is for me, and that's what I think is the best world single malt. And that's why I went for Wireworks. And last but not least, exactly right, I would say the best single malt Scotch whiskey, not the best Scotch whiskey, if I make the suggestion. All right. So is it Bruichladdich 18? Is it the Craigellachie 17? Is the Deanston 18? Is it the Glen Scotia 15? Is it the Springbank 12 cast strength, or is it the Springbank 18? I can find a stag faster than I can find a 18-year-old Springbank. 18-year-old Springbank are like gold-plated hen's teeth for me. All right, so no, it does not belong in there. The Springbank 12, I could get it if I pay enough money. So I went for the Craigellachie 17. Over here in Germany and Austria, there was an online shop that just put them out for like 80 euros. That's basically 40 euros less than the price I was paying a couple weeks ago. I bought 3 bottles. I'm going to do a whiskey bottle share with them. I'm going to enjoy one of the bottles and give it with friends and so on. I think the Craigavich 17 belongs in that category. Is it the best? I'm not sure. But of the 6 that were mentioned, I've tried the 18. I've tried the Bruichladdich 18, the Deanston 18, Glen Scotia 15. They changed the barrel compositions of that. There's more peated whiskey in it than it used to be. It went up in price. I still don't think it's the best Scotch whiskey out there. It's in the top 30 of whiskeys in Scotland, probably, but not, I'm not even sure about best 30, best 50 for bottles that are not single cast. They're not limited releases. They're available. And so isn't Springbank 12-year-old, but it's a yearly returning thing. So, all right, I guess it is a limited edition for me. All right, so those are my personal opinions here. You, of course, can vote. You, of course, can write down what's missing. You can write down below my video what's missing in these categories. I do like the categories. I wouldn't change the categories. I'd keep the best non-malt whiskey, and I would just say best world whiskey for single malt is the biggest thing here. And if it's not explicitly mentioned that it's not single malt, then it should actually be single malt from Scotch. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for liking. Once again here in the going to the public poll, I'll just put that here in the chat as well once, and I invite you to actually be part of the online Scotch Whisky Awards. A couple thousand people should be voting for this, and it'd be great if you'd be part of that. All the best. Whiskey Jason. Bye-bye.